And then you have beautiful women with the big breasts and the long legs, and they can be geniuses, and they're not geniuses, but they can be very smart. But those beautiful women are at a disadvantage because you know what? The business world and our society is staring at the chest and is staring at the legs and never hears one word they say. And you know what? It dumbs you down after a while. It makes you a little foolish. It makes you a little stupid. It dumbs you down. It's better to be in the middle of that bell curve.
That's bad. The territory. You've got Visine tears.
You look brilliant.
Eyes get dry, scratchy, irritated.
Yeah, you are.
Visine tears
I look
can
like a
soothe,
you got the girl that
moisturize,
worked.
and
You were
protect
right.
like your
You
own
look
natural
brilliant.
tears.
I thought Sam had a lot of staying power because he was an interesting character. He was flopping around on the floor, being a complete goofball.
Yeah.
Everyone else wasn't doing that. And I thought that he would kick up the ratings because people wanted to watch and see what he was going to do.
I responded to every single email from anybody, any stranger.
How many a day is that?
About 120.
I got an email today from Jeff Giles, who I went to school with until the first grade. Jeff Giles, I gotta read this to you real quick. He emailed me and it says, Sam, so I was checking out the Apprentice website and came across a name that had been buried in my brain since 1984, 20 years ago, the year I was in second grade at primary day school. My family moved from Potomac to St. Louis, Missouri just before the end of that school year. Funny how some memories stay with you. When I showed you the house we were moving into, you told me, that's a mini mansion. I know because I live in one and that house is bigger. Kids say the darndest things. I remember you well, and kids do say the darndest things, and as you will see tonight, so do adults.
Hi, Sam. I enjoyed watching you on The Apprentice. I thought you were brilliant, but misunderstood. I thought your idea of selling the glass of lemonade for $1,000 was a good one. I hated how your male teammates made you a scapegoat and gave you small tasks. It seemed like a silly waste to me. I thought you seemed really sweet and sincere. I felt drawn to you for some reason. Your passion and intensity I found sort of mesmerizing. Honestly, I was disappointed to hear you had gotten engaged. I am also 27 and successful in business. I was going to write to you, introduce myself, and send some pictures, but that would probably be inappropriate and disrespectful given recent events in your life. ... Smiley face. I admire how you are so close to your family and parents. Best of luck in your business endeavors. I wish circumstances could have been different and we could have met.
Sam, this is Tavares Peel, the guy who you gave $50 to skip the line at the Trump auditions. Just wishing you luck. I know the show is recorded. Let me know how it was. The guy who I gave the money to. Now that is good TV. Sam, I was glued. In an attempt to be unbiased, I think your statement about an MD, MBA, and the true nature of an entrepreneur came off very well. A soothing statement for this med school dropout. And your sex sells lemonade and negotiation with the Russians was awesome. Mark and I were sitting here thinking you had the hot hand, and then everything went downhill. When you stood up at the board meeting, I was actually biting the collar of my shirt. Anyway, I was so hooked, and I think you actually won a lot of people over with that close call. You came across as in-your-face but likable. I know that filming is long over at this point, but good luck next Wednesday. Close one, you demand. Saw you on The Apprentice. Daniel Bowden told me you were on the show. Very cool. Had you gotten $1,000 for a cup of lemonade, you would have been my hero for life. Kudos. Sam, after watching the series premiere of The Apprentice, I love your style. I know I must wait till the end to see how you fare, but regardless of the outcome, you have my support and admiration. Who are these people? That's you, isn't it? I know you can't say it, but I really hope you won. Anyway, I know that I made the right choice for my first crush. Oh, jeez.
I was at breakfast the day after the first show, and she came up to me, patted me on the back, and said, Sammy, we're rooting for you. I almost like she felt sorry for me. And I was very excited because I think it was the first time that a woman's come up to me in a public place that, you know, I wasn't chasing around a room. I had an autograph. People asked me for autographs. It's ridiculous. I'm getting a kick out of it.
Person who first auditioned me in the open call, first person who spotted me, just called to congratulate me. They're having a premiere party out in LA, and she just called. She's with the casting director. Like all the producers, not Mark Burnett, but everybody else.
I feel like I'm a prostitute for NBC. Look, I assume this is all going to end in about the end of this week, and there'll be nothing else. That's my assumption. That's my expectation. Is that after Thursday, when I do my little silly thing for Extra, that'll be it. It'd be great if Extra picked me up and did something each week, but who knows if they will.
As much as you're on the phone talking to this person, talking to that person, talking about stuff.
I think there will be, first of all, press, to me, is a fleeting thing. Getting articles written about you, things like that. Yeah, something may happen locally, but I don't think there's going to be like a national stage for me. It's not so much that I don't think something's going to happen. I have no expectations of anything happening. The people on the show can't really do press yet. So they're kind of living vicariously through my experience, and then I'll have to live vicariously through their experience because they're still on the show. And of course I would have liked some more time. I mean, to think that if I had won that third episode, but then who knows, I would have made an ass out of myself in some other regard. A third episode? I thought I was set up to fail. Wasn't my day to lead. It was a no-win situation. It was time for me to go. Considering that I feel like right now, during the third episode, I had nothing left in the tank.
I mean, you think you were set up?
Look, I was a little delusional. I hadn't had any sleep. My team was a bunch of narrow-minded jackasses. And you put that all together and it's a disaster.
That was a dream of a lifetime. Just a great experience to sit there, Rod Stewart on my left, David Spade on my right, and Jay Leno there. I mean, it was just unbelievable, unbelievable. It's those defining moments in your life that make it all worthwhile.
What's the standout?
I think it was Rod Stewart grabbing my leg, and squeezing it. Wasn't expecting that, but I'll tell you, the standout was having my sister here. And you here, and because that's really what it's all about. It's having the family here to celebrate it with me.
And I sat down, I shook David Spade's hand, I sat down, and it was just like, Jay Leno was like right there in your face. He's right there. And he looks almost like a cartoon character. And it did the interview. It was very smooth. I remember when Rod Stewart got up and we all went up to watch him on the stage, I'm thinking to myself, here's one of like the great musicians of my generation and my parents' generation. I mean, for many generations, here he is singing on The Tonight Show, and I'm standing here watching him as another guest, his equal on the show, and I just stopped for a second. I kind of semi-closed my eyes, and I was like, just to take it all in. I thought about the family and about Lori, and I was like, this is just unbelievable.
This is Sam's freezer. Look at that. Grand ice cream. And look, it's empty. Well, huh. And of course he has syrup here.
So is this to say he's not at home much lately?
That's what it says. Definitely.
So you're back home now. What do you think?
I feel better now. Feel better. I feel like I did after the first episode. I feel relieved. But going through the first episode was kind of like going through the actual experience. I actually felt like it was the same kind of experience, like almost like going through it for the first time. The whole intensity of it, because I do things with such intensity and such passion that I get carried away in the moment, and it was so intense. It was terrifying. I mean, am I going to look like a schmuck? Am I going to look like a hero? Am I going to look like I got my head so firmly wedged between Donald Trump's finely groomed buttocks? You know, what is it going to look like? I don't know. I wanted to see. I mean, I'm bowing, I'm bending, I'm crawling, I'm shuffling, I'm this, I'm that, I'm complaining, I'm praising, I'm this, I'm driving everybody completely nuts, and I clawed my way out of it.
When I saw Trump today, just like it all came together right there. I want access to Trump. I want to get to know that guy, but I don't want it to be in the boardroom, back of a limousine, at a bar with his girlfriend. I don't care where it is, not in the boardroom.
You know, honestly, there is not much difference between going through it with the cameras on you and watching it on TV. It brings back the emotion, it brings back the passion to watch it on TV. I felt like I was back in that boardroom. I felt like it. The only difference is I knew the outcome, but maybe I knew the outcome during it too, because I did a lot of research on Donald Trump. I felt pretty confident he wasn't going to go with the group think.
Sam has always been creative and thinking out of the box, and that's what he was doing tonight. I thought these other people were pretty straightforward and not very creative, but that's the way he's always been.